Good morning and welcome to another vlog. So back up into the allotment as per usual. Obviously last episode we done a few things. Obviously filled up the beds, put a post in because I've got the handle. Well, it's only a cheap little thing off Amazon, but the idea is attach it on there, put another post in down there. Could have done with a longer one, to be honest, but we'll see how we go. If not, I can order a longer one and use this one potentially up the top there. But yeah, I've just got to find another post to stick in there. But that is the plan for today. I also made a rotavator, which I bought up today because today is the only dry day, so I might give that front part just a weed over and then rotivate it, because those boards, which I've also bought up, are going to run across to probably about here, and then I think I'll put another set of steps in here because it's kind of halfway point between the front and the other set of steps, and then I can continue some more boards along, and hopefully that should be pretty much done, and then just literally have to fill up the beds. But this will be probably too high up until here, and then the rest will be just that level for now. Potentially in the future I might make it deeper beds because it's just easier to grow stuff into. But for now, I'm going to try and find a post, which I think there was one on the other plot. So let's go and have a look. Also, luckily it's not been, well, it's still wet, but it's not as boggy as it was on Saturday. Today's now Tuesday. So at least I'm not slip and sliding. And there's no tidal waves going into this, because you can tell this gets absolutely drenched from the puddle, and I think most of the bulbs are rotted as well, which is a bit of a pain. Obviously the raised beds we did the other week look alright. Might potentially as well put the strawberries in, and I've also got some sweet peas that I might try and get them out, because for the next, oh god, hallelujah, the sun is out. It makes it so much better when the sun's out. But yeah, going back to the strawberries, getting distracted. Might get them out as well, sweet peas, because I did put them out February last year. So let's see what's in the temperature in here is. Okay, 20, it's not too bad. But yeah, they're looking a lot more healthy and stronger, some new growth. So yeah, these sweet peas, they might be okay. They've been in the greenhouse now for a week or two, so starting to harden them off a bit. I'm just going to try and find a post, which I think there's one in here. I can just saw off the end. Yeah, I can saw that down, no problem. Right, I'm going to carry this up and then we'll get cracking with the post. So it's kind of the gist of what I'm wanting. Obviously this little bit's got to be levelled out still. Might get a bit of turf just to put it across there. And then obviously once this is membraned here, but you know, does its job. It's nice and sturdy. Just got to get some longer drill bit attachments because the drill is getting caught, so I can properly secure that down. But no, and this bit should be okay because it's not a high drop for that. Also, they did do a 120 centimetre one, which probably would have just come out to about there anyway. But no, see how I go. If not, I can just get another one and just attach it below it and screw another post in there. That's one more job ticked off. What I'm probably going to do now is off the edging on here. Well, cut some boards off here, so make that into another double bed for the potatoes, and then I'll just, wood that I've got here, I'll finish off a couple of planks along there and then finish off this little gap here. But I think the bed will actually just finish here anyway, so I may just keep this one high anyway. There's no need to go too high for now until I finish it off properly. Right, I'm going to stick another time lapse, so hopefully by the end that bit should be done, and then probably move on to that part up there. Right, just sorted that bit out now, so hopefully soon. Also got more cardboard at home I can bring up. Did have 10 more bags of the manure delivered from Wicks because it's only £4 a bag at the moment, which the offer ends tomorrow, so I might order another 10. And then what I can do, take out the compost out the big bin at the back, fill that base layer, and then dump a load of manure on top, and then probably some compost eventually, because that'll be then kind of the 2 potato beds for this year. And then this will be just that level for now, because what I'm planning to do is put some posts in, taller ones around the edges, because I'm going to put chicken wire around, because obviously the sweet corn that will grow, so obviously we need to protect it from Mr. Badger who lives up there. And that's so the boards will go too high along there, probably up until the new steps, which should be about where these boards end here. So build another set of steps here, and then I'll just keep that one high along each edge, because the height difference is not that bad there. So I'll stick you on another time lapse, and then we'll finish off that edge there, and then I might give the rotavator a go. Obviously I know there's a load of bindweed, but the good thing with that rotavator, it kind of tangles it all up like biscotti. Oh god, the wind. So yeah, it kind of wraps with the biscotti, the roots around like biscotti bolognese, which you can probably tell from the remnants from last year. And I didn't have much problems with bindweed on that front part, which I did rotivate last year, because everyone says don't rotivate it because you chop it all up. And like, unless you're gonna pick every single little bit of bindweed out, it's just gonna come back. But if you keep on top of it, as soon as it comes out the ground, yank it out, because that kind of stunts the growth as well, because it's obviously not getting the sun, and then that should halt it back a bit, but you'll never fully get rid of it. because it'll be all under the pathways, going from next doors to yours. You're never going to win unless the whole allotment site gets blooming weed killed. But I'm going to go down to the other plot, get some more posts, and then I'll put you on a time lapse. Also, the change in temperature, as soon as that sun comes out, it's now 33 in here, and that's with the door open. So it definitely shows you how warm it does get. I'm going to have to order more of these as well. But it's not too bad, like 2x2 pre-cut spikes, which I've used for most of the beds. You know, you get a pack of 25 for 40 quid, but they are 60 centimetres long. And they do the job pretty well. They should last a lot longer as well, because they're treated. But right, let's go up to the other plot and start this edging. Again, get easily distracted, but the daffs are starting to come out now. Little pretty flowers. Still no sign of the alliums and that, but obviously we did plant them about a month ago, so give them some time, they'll be up. The ones from last year have just started to come up as well. The rhubarb there. The majority of this bed will be flowers as well, and then I will have some frames in here for the squashes as well. But that is all to come. Right, before I slip over, I'll put... Took a little bit longer. There must be some rocks or hardcore right underneath where I put those posts in, so it took me a little while just to get those few posts in. But so hopefully along this side I'll get more troughs, and obviously board across here, and then the steps will be here eventually. Big dark cloud coming over. It's probably going to pour down rain just when I'm going to use the electric rotovator, which is always good. No, I'm just going down to get those two troughs. Oh. And I need to pick all those up because they've all blown across. It's next doors. Okay. We'll take these up and then we'll see what the plan is if it doesn't start to rain. So just off camera quickly, just done a quick go over the rotavator. It's still very claggy, so the blades were getting stuck. So what I might do, got some membrane up at the other plot, so I'll start trying to cover it, stop the weeds coming up and that, and obviously I'll rake over all these bits, get most of it out. But no, it is okay. The sun shines when the camera's out. No, it is starting to take shape now. Just needs a bit of work because I need to weed over this part here and to weed over these beds where the youngins are currently. I don't think they've got allium leaf minor. They look alright, but I'm going to get some. I've got some mesh netting at home, so I'm going to try and cover, because about March, April, apparently they return or come out to play, so definitely to get on top of that one. So probably on my next video I will start to fill up this bed, get some cardboard, just put some of the weeds in there. Obviously the cardboard goes on top, it should kill them off. And then probably in the next video I've got some more wood, I can start to make another set of steps there. And I think I've used all my spare troughs. There is a couple down on the other plot, but they're being used with the sweet pea raised beds, if I can zoom in. Yeah, down there. So I might just leave them there. I'll put to order another 4 to just meet that stretch, because I won't put any more beyond the steps. And also what I was planning to use is those bathtubs, call them, which we grew the melons in last year. I'm probably going to stick one at the end where the steps are, just before the steps, and probably enclose it off with some wood to make it look like a big tall planter, and I will put some sand, top it up with some more soil, and use that for my carrots, because it's a good 2.5 feet, 3 foot off the floor. Obviously with the carrot fly, hopefully it should prevent it. I just did an outro, but then I got distracted again and done some more bits, so be around. So I did say I was going to cover it in the next video, but I've just done it. So just cover all this area in the membrane, and then decided to finish off the trellis around this big bed. So one, obviously because the pond's going to be here, and I don't want any wildlife or poor old Bob next door falling into the pond, because that pathway is on a slant. And on the other side I can put some more troughs, and then probably grow some more sweet peas along there as well, or any climbing perennials in the summertime. But no, it's starting to take shape now. Just a lot of compost to get delivered, and maybe reuse in the compost bins. It's been a very nice day compared to the other days. It's just nice to listen to the robins, which I haven't seen him today because he usually lives up at the back. But what I was going to do is build some kind of bird table, feeding station on one of the posts, so I can put some mealworms on there, because I want to try and tame him as much as possible so I can hand feed him. And I think the next big step is to get this all cleared, membrane put down, and then I've got the sand at home which got delivered today, which I can use partly for the greenhouse base. So obviously that greenhouse will be moved to here, so the door will be this side, and then obviously facing out towards that side. I'll also leave a pathway continuing to the abyss, but again, neighbour next door is not going to use it because it's like a 4-foot drop, so I might just weed it up to a certain point, because there's quite a lot of comfrey plants that come up on that bit there, so I might just leave that a bit wildy. But yeah, I'm going to try and get this levelled out, and then somehow move that greenhouse without dismantling it. So I might put it on some dollies, some little trolleys, and then wheel it around the edge carefully, so maybe it doesn't fall over the other side. So yeah, I'm going to leave the video here for today, but thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.